You know, when people hear your story and they're in awe of you, I'm in awe of you, you know, and I think I couldn't have done it. And so many people say they couldn't have done what you have done, and a lot of people couldn't have. And I'm just wondering, when you think about it, what is it about you that has made you fight, you beat every odd, and be triumphant?
Yeah, that's a question that a lot of people ask me, and it's really hard to say where these things come from. You know, part of me wants to say there's something innate in all humans that help us to overcome these odds, but you know, sometimes that doesn't happen. So then a part of me wants to say it's a part of a bigger plan, it's a bigger picture. But then at the same time, I've had so much support from my family, my friends, my educational background. So, you know, I think it's just a culmination of a ton of different things that you can't really pinpoint, but all I can do is just thank God that I'm here.
I believe now, right, you still have hooks for your hands, but are you going to be moving towards getting a real hand replacement, a prosthetic?
Yeah, I hope so. I've been doing a lot of research, and there's some really, really cool stuff on the market. There's a myoelectric hand that I'm very interested in. It's called the iLim, and it can produce several different grafts, almost mimicking a real hand. So I'm definitely interested in getting that. Right now, however, what I'm most interested in is getting out of the wheelchair, because that does restrict a lot of my mobility. So what I'm focusing on now is actually making the left leg. And I've been talking to my prosthetist about it, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be doing the first mold of my left leg. So getting on the road to being able to walk again is going to be fantastic. And once that leg is completed, my next priority will definitely be getting some better functioning hands.
What you've had to overcome is so incredible. You've had to relearn everything. I mean, things people wouldn't even think about doing normally, right? Styling your hair, brushing your teeth, getting dressed. What has been the hardest thing for you?
At this point, I think the hardest thing to do is handling objects and keeping them in my hands, so not dropping them. Because if things are in my reach, I can pretty much do everything. But when I drop something on the ground, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Luckily, that might change soon, because I will hopefully be getting a service dog very soon. And that dog will help me by picking things up off the ground and opening and closing doors for me. That's another difficult thing, is closing a door on yourself with a wheelchair in the way. It's just difficult. So I would definitely say accessing things.
Accessing things. And do you feel your body, have you gotten used to your new body and the way that things are?
A little bit. I think it's definitely still getting used to it, you know, and every day when I wake up in the morning, I'm not in that place yet that I wake up and it's like, oh, this is just how things normally are. It's still definitely taking some getting used to. I've actually started to dream that I'm amputated in my dreams, so I always think that's a really interesting reflection of our everyday waking life, is that in my dreams that is now, I think it's really become a bigger part of me now, that my unconscious is really internalizing that.
And you know, it's only been 7 months, Aimee. It's only been 7 months, and you know, your dad says you're back to your old self. He's really worried about you because, you know, you have that car, you're out driving all the time, you're staying out late with your friends and your boyfriend. Have any of your relationships changed?
I think a little bit, especially when I spend time with people for the first time since my accident. I think a lot of times they don't really know how to act or what to say. But usually it doesn't take long for things to become more normal, and people see that I'm really comfortable with myself. So there's no reason that they should be uncomfortable.
And what about your future? I know you're finishing your master's, and you're on track to do that. Your thesis on wilderness therapy for amputees, and then you're going to get another master's. I know when you graduate this summer, you were saying another master's in social work. What do you want to do?
What I am most interested in doing is really what my thesis revolves around, and that's really getting out there in the field in natural areas and helping other people with disabilities, emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
And do you have moments when you think, you know, I can't do this, just, you know, those moments in the middle of the night, or when you say this just isn't fair?
You know, sure, yeah, I have really hard moments, definitely. When things aren't, you know, going right, or if a lot of times if I'm by myself and I can't do something, I can't get to something. And I think it's really necessary to fully experience those moments of grief, of just absolute exhaustion, and you know, to experience them accept them, allow them to pass, and over the horizon there's always more sunshine and more love.
And tonight at the Celebrating Wonderful Women fundraiser, you are honored. You're the Woman of the Year. And, you know, you are really such a beacon of hope and inspiration to people, Aimee, who are suffering, and frankly, to people who aren't. You know, you motivate people to be better and kinder and stronger. And is the role hard? I mean, it's got to be hard if people are looking at you to always be to be the rock for other people.
Yeah, you know, I think that it's really important to bring hope to those who have none and to give a voice to those who can't speak. So, you know, I'm definitely willing to take on that role, and I'm not a perfect person, but I know that together we can definitely provide that hope and provide that advocacy for the people who really need it, which is why this benefit is actually going to benefit Wellspring Living, which is a residential community for women and girls who have been sexually exploited. So we are trying through this event to help those that maybe don't feel like they have any hope left, and to show them that there's still love in the world.